ShowMeTheCurry.com. I'm Hital.
I'm Anuja, and today we're making sambar. It's a staple part of any South Indian meal, and here's what you'll need. 1 cup tur dal, water 3 cups plus 1 cup, 5 to 6 pieces of tindora slit, 1 carrot cut into big pieces, 1/4 cup green beans cut, 1/2 cup winter melon or ash gourd cut to bite-sized pieces, salt to taste, 1½ tablespoons of tamarind pulp or to taste, 2 pinches of asafoetida or hing divided, 1/4 teaspoon of haldi or turmeric powder, and red chili powder to taste, 4 teaspoons of sambar powder divided, 1/2 a medium tomato cubed, 1½ tablespoons oil, 1 teaspoon mustard seeds, 1 sprig curry leaves, 1 tablespoon coriander powder, cilantro for garnishing, few pieces of drumstick, optional.
First of all, there is no one correct recipe for sambar. As we know, every family, every person has their own different style, different touch that they add to their sambar.
And this particular recipe was given to us by Neetu, so thank you very much for that. And let's get started. And we have a pressure cooker. We're going to add in the dal, the tur dal that has been soaked for half an hour. And we've drained out all the water. And in go the veggies.
We have our carrots.
Now, there's no right veggie or wrong veggie to put in this. You can put whatever you want. I know people who put cauliflower and potatoes and onions. So you can put anything that you want. So we've just put a few of them just to show you. This is, in a lot of South Indian cities, this is known as the All India Sambar because they just put in everything.
Good name. And we have green beans. This is tindora. And finally, winter melon.
And we're going to add in 3 cups of water in this. And we'll also salt it a little bit. Mix. Turn on the stove on medium heat. Close up the pressure cooker. And we're going to give it 1 whistle and then turn it off and let the pressure reduce by itself.
While our pressure cooker is working, we have some tamarind here. Now this is a little bit different tamarind than the kind that you get in a concentrated form in the small container. It's actually has a lot of the fibers and everything still in it, and it's fresh, and the seeds sometimes. Yeah, exactly. So what we're going to do is we have some hot water here. We're going to pour it in here and let it soften up, and then we'll be able to work with it.
Right. But if you do not have access to this, it's perfectly okay to use tamarind concentrate.
Right. So our pressure cooker pressure has gone down and it's safe to open. And that's perfectly cooked.
Yes. Actually, the good thing about that 1 whistle is, the vegetables still retain their shape because you do want to be able to see them.
Right.
And we're going to turn the stove on again and add in turmeric powder, the tomatoes. Now half the asafoetida or the hing, half the chili powder, and this is to taste. So, and half of the sambar powder.
Now we're going to put the other half of all those spices in our tadka, and it just gives a wonderful different levels of flavor to your sambar.
Right. Also, if you decide to put the drumsticks, this is when you need to put it. Either you can put it in now and let it boil and let it cook, or a lot of people what they do is just stick it in the microwave, let it cook, and then just put it at the end.
Right.
But if you put it now, it just flavors the whole sambar, and you get the flavor of the drumstick also. And here we have the tamarind paste that has been soaking for a while, and we're just going to mush it up and try and get all the juice out of it, the paste part out of it. So basically we're making it into the concentrate, and that goes in with the sambar.
Right. Now there's a lot of fibers and of course seeds sometimes. Sometimes you get things that say seedless, but It still has some seeds in it,
Yes.
imagine that. So what we're trying to do actually is when we're mushing this up, we're trying to pull all that paste out, but at the same time we're trying to separate it from all that fibrous stuff that we can't consume, and we can pull it out.
This looks done. So we've mashed it up really well, and we're going to sieve over here, and we're going to just pour it onto that and make sure no fiber goes into the sambar or the seeds.
And you can take a spoon and kind of help that paste along.
So we've already used half a cup of water for the tamarind. We're going to put half more right now, and I'll just rinse it through so we use every bit of the tamarind possible.
No need to waste.
You can also check on the water level if you want it more liquidy or not. But also it's going to, boil a little bit more, so it will evaporate.
So we'll let this go on boiling for about 5 minutes, and that'll cook that tamarind all the way through, and that raw flavor will go away, as well as cook the tomatoes a little bit.
And meanwhile, we'll work on the seasoning.
Right.
Sambar is cooking over here. We've just kind of moved it, and it's still boiling. The tamarind flavor is, the tamarind smell has gone, the raw tamarind smell, and I think the tomatoes are also done. We're going to work on the seasoning in a small skillet. On medium heat, we've got, we're going to add in the oil over here and allow it to heat up. And the oil is hot. We're going to add in the mustard seeds and also a pinch of asafoetida. Allow it to splutter. A lot of people use ghee instead of oil at this process, and it tastes wonderful. Choice is yours.
Sure.
So you can just switch or do half and half.
Yeah, half and half is a good idea.
Yeah. Alright, it's popping. And we're going to add in the curry patta. Wow! And then turn off the stove. And we're going to add in dry spices and keep mixing it. We're going to add red chili powder, the balance of the sambar powder, and the dhania powder. Now this is this is a step that has to be done really quickly, and you quickly add in a little bit of water just to stop the burning. And we're going to add that to the sambar.
And again, we're going to let it boil, continue boiling, so that all the flavors incorporate.
Looks good. I like the big chunks of carrots. They look good, and they don't. If you make it any smaller, they tend to just dissipate, and you will not be able to see it. But choice is still yours.
And because we pressure cooked it, they're so super soft. Even though they look really big,
yes,
they're super soft to eat. Oh, beautiful color.
Yep. And the final step is going to be garnishing. Cilantro, of course.
Now, of course, like we said, this is a staple of a South Indian meal. It's eaten with rice, plain rice. It's eaten with idlis, dosas, vadas. The possibilities are endless. So enjoy your sambar, and join us again on another episode of ShowMeTheCurry.com.
Adding a pinch of spice to your life.